They called it a ritual killing. 3 bodies, no blood, no wounds, eyes wide open, smiles carved across their faces like they died laughing at something only they could see, something that shouldn't be funny. That's when they called me Detective James Dorian, 6th Precinct, Chicago PD. 20 years in the force, and I'd seen my share of human monsters. But this wasn't human. Not anymore. The coroner said the hearts had stopped from shock. I asked him what kind of shock makes you tear out your own fingernails and press them into your gums like communion wafers. He didn't have an answer. I did. But I wasn't ready to say it out loud. Not yet. The case broke open when I found the journal. Victim number 2, a librarian from Hyde Park. Kept notes like a madman, rambled about the sleeper, visions of voids, and a name I couldn't pronounce but couldn't forget. Cthulhu. I thought it was nonsense, until I saw the same word scrawled on the back of a matchbook in victim number 1's jacket. The matchbook was from a joint called Attic Treasures, an antique store tucked away in the dead heart of Lincoln Park, where the street lamps flicker even when the weather's calm. So I paid it a visit. The bell above the door chirped as I walked in. It smelled like mildew, wood polish, and something older. The kind of scent that reminds you some things rot even without air. "Looking for anything in particular?" the man behind the counter asked. Thin, slicked hair, one eye glassy, like a dead fish. "Not sure," I muttered, eyes scanning the clutter. "Something about Cthulhu." His smile never reached his eyes. "Ah, then you want the book." He led me to a back room with no lights and handed me a black-bound thing that felt heavier than it looked. No title, no author, just raw, stitched leather that twitched when I held it, like muscle memory trying to forget. I didn't ask questions. I bought it. I never should have. I didn't read it right away. You don't just crack open something like that with a smoke and a bourbon. You prepare. I lit a cigarette, closed the blinds, and poured 2 fingers of rye. Then I opened it. No chapters, no structure. Just an unbroken spiral of words and symbols that seemed to rearrange themselves each time I blinked. But I read anyway. And that's when the room dissolved. I was in space. Not like the kind you read about in dime novels or see in those goofy rocket serials. No, this space was alive, breathing, watching. And I was falling through it, sinking past stars shaped like inverted crosses and planets made of teeth. I saw cities, great, towering things built by something not human and never meant to be. And I saw them, the elder ones, tentacled gods coiled around dying stars, eyes that stared across eternity and saw me. Something touched me in that vision. Not with hands, no, with knowing. It slithered into my head and whispered my name backwards, like a curse. And just like that, I was back in my office. Cigarette burned to the filter. Whiskey spilled. The book closed in my lap, my nose bleeding, my hands shaking. And yet, I laughed, because I understood something now. The book. It wasn't nonsense. It was a trail, a map, not to the killer, not to the cult, to something much, much older, and I was getting closer. Every night since, I've read a little more. Each passage opens the door wider, and each time, the things I see grow darker. I've seen time fold like a napkin, watched civilizations burn that history forgot to invent. I've seen my own corpse hanging upside down in a cathedral built from screams. The book wants me to see, to know, and I do. God help me, I do. This morning, I read a phrase scrawled in a language that shouldn't exist, but I understood it all the same. My ears rang, and then I heard it. Not a voice, a presence, massive, patient, starved. It spoke without speaking. Come to me, Chesapeake Bay. The deep remembers. Then, silence. I came to with salt on my lips, and a pounding in my ears, like waves crashing inside my skull. I don't know how I got seawater in my lungs, but I do know this. I'm leaving Chicago. I'm heading east, because somewhere off the coast of Maryland, under black waters that never forget, Cthulhu waits.